everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We have a ton of callers on hold here, so it'll be fun to see what their questions are. And I think we should just go right to the phones and see who our first caller is. I believe it's Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Good to talk to you. It's been a long time.
I know it. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Oh, I'm about 75 miles north of Columbus in a small farming community.
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yeah. Full disclosure, we're friends from a long time ago.
I know. And full disclosure, city of my birth. That's right. Yeah. So, well, terrific. Got a question for me?
Yes, I do. As soon as this happened, I thought of you. So I'm hoping that you and my husband and do a healing. He was recently diagnosed with lung cancer that metastasized to his brain. Just started radiation, and anything you can do to help is gratefully appreciated.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jenny. What's his name? Doug. All right. Okay. So how this works, everybody, is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. And I learned how to do all this stuff. So I'm going to raise my vibrational level. I'm going to close my eyes and watch a laser beam, Jenny, come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to hook into you in Ohio. From you, I'm going to go to Doug then. And then I'm going to ask his permission if I can scan him. If he says yes, I will. If he says no, I won't. But all is not lost. We can talk to his spirit and get some information. The reason why I do it that way is because I believe it's a violation of his privacy if he doesn't want me to scan him. So I don't. I can, but I won't. So what will happen is something will show up and then there'll be some kind of a healing that will take place. And I'll describe it to you in detail because if you can envision it, it's going to help integrate the healing into him. You're going to be my assistant tonight since we're doing it on somebody else. But if we were doing it on you, Jenny, if you can envision it, it helps integrate the healing into your body. And the body's going to follow what the brain tells it, even if the brain doesn't believe it to be true. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading straight up 65 to 71 to get to you in Ohio. I've driven that many times. All right, got you. Okay, going over to Doug. Doug, I'm talking to Jenny. Is it okay if I scan you energetically? He goes, sure. Well, that was good. That was easy. Did you line it up beforehand, or we're taking our chances? You set it up. Yeah, good job. Good job. Okay, so the energy went to his right lung first, Jenny. I'm in there now. I'm removing. He's got some spots in there, is what I'm seeing in the right lung. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's it's going to his lymph nodes right now. It's going to his lymph. That's getting flushed out. The cells that are in his lymph system, which is how it spreads, the clusters of cells are coming out through the bottom of his feet, and the lymph material just keeps recirculating. Lymph looks like the liquid that's inside an old-fashioned lava lamp. Do you remember those when we were kids? The lava lamps, that kind of gloppy stuff. That's what it looks like. Okay, so got that going on. All right, so it went from his right lung to his lymph. So I'm in his left lung now. Interesting that energy went to his right lung first because I see more areas that are of a concern on the left side. What's showing up on his scans?
The right lung.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some areas on the left lung too, but I think the right lung is the one where, because when it went from his right lung right into his lymph system, I think that's where it's spreading. All right, so getting that out. What happens when I see clusters of cells is I encapsulate them, kind of like in a, imagine, those old-fashioned Reynolds wrap cooking bags? You could put my mother used to cook roasts and turkeys and stuff in them, bad news as far as the plastics, but that's what it reminds me of. It gets encapsulated so that then it gets removed. He has several spots on the left side too. Sometimes I'll see cancer that's metastasized before it shows up on the PET scans, and so we just eradicate it. By the way, I don't edit anything I get because everything can be healed. That's number one. Number two, who in the heck am I to decide what you need to hear? I'm the conduit. It's spirit working through me and with me. So I don't edit anything I get. All right, going up into his brain. I'm seeing a cluster in the front left quadrant of his brain. So that's encapsulating, getting that removed. All right, let's do the DNA healing just for time's sake. There are 7 strands of DNA that have come out of a chromosome, an X chromosome. Jenny, DNA strands look like pieces of paper you see inside a fortune cookie to me, and they have lots of letters on them, and it's a combination of 4 letters, A, T, C, and G. They represent nucleic acids that make the DNA. DNA is the recipe that tells the cells how to behave. When somebody has cancer, there's been a mutation and the cells are misbehaving based on the fact that they're following a corrupt recipe. So I'm watching those letters get rearranged. Imagine watching a Scrabble game in warp speed, where you take a letter up and move it over to the side. That's what I'm watching happen. When the strand gets resequenced, it'll snap back in to the chromosome. So the first 3 have already, that's happened to them. 4 just went back in. 5 went back in. 6 went back in. 7's finishing. 7 went back in. That went back in his body. I would love to have him for an hour so we can do a deep dive on this. But that's a heck of a healing that he got there in several areas. So hopefully it will help. What are you guys, what are your doctors suggesting?
Actually, we just started the brain radiation, and then he'll go to see an oncologist next week. So we haven't really heard more than that yet.
Okay.
It's all happening very fast. They're working fast to get it started.
Yeah. All right. The other thing is I have several clients that are going through cancer treatment, and they're having tremendous success with going to see an acupuncturist after their treatment. And they help move the energy through the body. So you may want to check that out as well.
Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome. How are you holding up?
Oh, it's okay. We had to put our dog down today, too. So it's just...
Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness. When it rains, it pours, right? Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay. Hang in there. I hope he feels better. Okay.
All right.
Take care. Bye, Jenny. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, goodness. Wow. All right. Let's go to Miss Patty next. And hi, Patty. Hi, Patty.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Not that great.
Not that great. Please tell everybody where you're located.
This is Patty from Queens. I live in New York City, and this is the situation that I sent you an email. I work for a youth development center in Manhattan, and it's a nonprofit organization. Part of our funding comes from the city. Part of it, not all of it. But because we get funded by part of our funding comes from the city can dictate whatever it wants. Since once we accept the money, we have to follow that criteria. I had COVID back in March, and now I am suffering from long COVID. I have tachycardia. I always had it for many years. Now it got worse. I've been to the hospital 7 times since April that with the same thing. And in July, my chest X-rays were fine. Now, I just went to the emergency room 2 weeks ago, and it states that it looks like that my heart is slightly enlarged. And since July, I have been feeling on my left side a little discomfort. So I am planning to go to my doctor. I have an appointment next Thursday. Okay, and I can't get vaccinated because I have too many allergies. So back in December, he promised me he's going to write me an exemption letter. Now our city has mandated, our bleeping mayor has mandated that all city workers and cities must be vaccinated or by tomorrow at 5 p.m. or else you're going to be out of a job. After 60
okay,
days,
Patty, I'm going to have to hold you over for the break. Everybody, you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show. We're going to find out what else is going on with Patty. Sounds like she may be out of a job. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Before the break, we had Miss Patty on the phone. Patty, it sounds like you're going to be in trouble with your job here. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, well, see, what it is that I contacted my doctor because he promised me he was going to write me an exemption letter last December because I have a lot of allergies. I'm hypersensitive to drugs, and especially the tetanus vaccine. I'm allergic to that.
So what did your doctor say? Did your doctor write a note for you so you don't have to get the vaccine?
No, what it is, I try to get a hold of my doctor. The office says that he won't write the letter, but I still have an appointment to see him anyway on Thursday.
Good.
Now, okay, right, but I don't know if he's going to write it, but I contacted my union, and my union said, have him not write an exemption, but write a letter, documentation saying what my medical history is with the tachycardia and all my allergies. And my union will try to negotiate with HR, my company, to see what we got to do. Hopefully that will help.
So what's your question for me?
Now, I found that. Okay.
So what's your question?
This morning I found out through the New York City website, the people who could get medical exemption, especially people who have, after you have COVID, you have heart inflammation, the pericarditis or something, right? If you have that, you could get a temporary exemption. So I'm actually going to go to another cardiologist. Okay, so my question is, right now, do I have heart inflammation, and will that help? I do. I have from COVID, obviously. Okay. Will it help me to get a temporary exemption?
Yes. Yes and yes.
So you don't see me out of a job?
No.
You don't see me out of a job?
No.
Okay. No. So
you can get your doctor to write your letter, then you'll be good. But yes, and if your doctor won't write a letter, then find another doctor that will.
I'm going to go to a different cardiologist because
there you go.
I'm going to go to primary because I have to get it. But as long as I can prove I have, because I knew since July, underneath my breast, my left side.
Patty, I need to run to another caller, but keep us posted on what you're doing and how it's working. And
just quickly,
hopefully,
is it mild? Is it mild? Is it mild? I
get it's medium. It's medium. So
right,
I need to run to another caller, but
right.
Keep us posted on what's going on. Okay. Good luck.
I will.
Alrighty. Okay. Our next caller is Adriana. Hi, Adriana.
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You are so welcome. Where are you located?
I'm in Long Island, 13 miles or so from New York City.
Oh, good. Close to Queens, where Patty was from, our last caller.
Yes, very close to Queens.
Yeah. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. I am a little bit scared. I started waking up in the middle of the night with a little bit of a fast heart, like 90 to 113. And, this happened a few times over the past couple of months. And a few times this week, and it's just scaring me.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so when you are you hot?
Can help you with.
Are you hot when your heart is racing? No.
No.
Okay. All right.
It just wakes
How young
me
are
up.
you?
I'm a little bit startled. I'm sorry.
How young are you?
I'm 42. 42.
Okay. All right. Let me get you on my radar and let's see what's going on. What's coming into my head is this is hormone related, like perimenopause related. And can you get me off speaker, please? Because then we won't have the feedback. That would be great. And hold the phone just up to your mouth. All right. So here comes my laser beam.
I'm so sorry.
No. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I think you need to look at some hormones. Look at bioidentical hormones. Call a compounding pharmacy. Adriana, do you know what that is?
Uh-huh. No, but I could have my doctor look into it.
A compounding pharmacy is a pharmacy that makes medicine for the patients. They don't just take the medicine out of a big bottle and put it in a little bottle, as a prescription. They actually make the medicine. And so do a Google search with your zip code and type in compounding pharmacy, and then call a couple of them in your area and ask them who's prescribing bioidentical hormones. Those are hormones that mimic what our levels are when we're young and fertile. And as we age, our hormone levels diminish. And you want to be on the bioidenticals because that's the exact molecular composition of what our bodies make. The synthetic hormones have extra molecules added to their formulas, and those are the ones that people say, oh, you don't want to be on hormones. Yeah, they're talking about the synthetic hormones. So you want to do that and go see a doctor who's a specialist in that and have them test it. I believe it's hormone related. I believe your thyroid's involved, probably estrogen. I shot some energetic estrogen into you. And hormones all work together, Adriana, kind of as a soup, as a symphony. So when one is off, then it can throw the other ones off. So I believe that's what's going on. It's a hormone situation.
So nothing serious with the heart.
Nah. Easy to fix. Easy to fix. Are you on hormones now? Are you on birth control pills or anything now?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Yeah.
No.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So talk to your doctor. Probably isn't trained in bioidentical hormones. Most of them aren't. But if you call a compounding pharmacy, they'll have doctors in your area that are. And they'll be able to help you with that.
Gotcha.
Have you ever heard of that before, bioidentical hormones?
Many years ago, I saw Suzanne Summers' book. And
Yeah.
I read it. I didn't read it.
Exactly. That's exactly what she espouses and talks about. So, okay, well, I hope you feel better. Thanks for calling in. Stay with us, everybody. When we come back, we'll see who's next and see what kind of question they have and see, more importantly, what Spirit's answer is. So you're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's go to the phones, and our next caller is Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Julie. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
How are you?
You doing good?
I am. I am doing good. I had a question about these reoccurring shingles that I get.
Oh, gosh. Those are painful, aren't they?
Yeah, I just had a week of a break between, and then I just had another one. I have more popping up, and I've gotten them since I was young.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if maybe you could do a scan and see if there's anything you see that's causing my immune system to constantly be dipping.
Yeah, absolutely. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Guadalajara, Jalisco.
All right. That's in Mexico, for those of you that don't know. So, all right. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam heading southwest. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. All right, I can see. And they're in hot spots on the body, too. That's probably where they're popping up first, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Goodness. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're just going to laser the shingles virus out of you, which is the same as the chickenpox. And so imagine there's a big laser and I'm moving it back and forth and going up and down on the front of you. You know, like when you have a paintbrush or a can of paint and you move it back and forth, or a marker and you're trying to fill in something and you move it back and forth. And then that'll cover it. All right, now I've turned you around, lasering it as well. It's so funny when I laser viruses out of somebody's body, Melissa, because it gets rid of the inside of the virus, and they kind of look like, they remind me of a capsule that you'd see medicine inside of, and it kills the virus, but it leaves the empty capsule, the carcasses, and then I'm sucking those out the top of your head. You know, my visuals are hilarious at times. And it's just to give you a picture of what I'm seeing in my mind's eye to help you envision it, which in turn helps you integrate the healing into your body. So hopefully that will help with that. In the meantime, lots of C, lots of zinc. Do you take C and zinc?
I do. Zinc makes me really sick sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I take a pretty good quality one, but I don't know why. Sometimes I just get so sick when I take C.
Yeah, C, I would take at least 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day, especially, you know, when you're feeling punky, and 50 of zinc. Don't go over 200 milligrams of zinc. You don't want to go over that. But C, you can take C, as much C until it gives you the runs. That's called saturation. And that's one of the best things you can do when you're not feeling good, whether it's a viral or a bacterial infection. It really works great. So hopefully that will help.
Okay, great. Was there anything that you saw maybe that was like the root cause of it?
Yeah, you got a virus that's in your system, and so your immune system's not optimal. You got to beef up your immune system. I assume you're getting sun because you're in Mexico. And what's your D3 level? Are you taking lots of D3?
I do, yeah. I don't take it every day, but I take it on days where I'm not in the sun. I'm in the sun a lot.
Take it every day in addition to being in the sun. Because the people that are in the hospital with COVID, they're almost 100% D deficient. And even if you're in the sun, you still need to take it. So I would up that as well. And then just work on getting your immune system really healthy. And that'll help stem the outbreaks. So I hope you feel better.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Bye. Sure. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Laurie next. Hi, Laurie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, except for my back.
Uh-oh. Where are you located?
In San Diego, California.
Okay. All right, what's going on with your back?
So normally my back hurts me a lot cyclically with my hormones, depending on what time of the month it is, and it's been really bad. I'm hopefully going through menopause, so it's been really bad lately, and it's more of my bottom tailbone on the right side. It's always acted up for many, many years. I don't know what's going on with it. At this point now, the tailbone doesn't hurt, but the muscle between like the tailbone and the sciatic nerve, I don't know if I pulled it by trying to do things differently because my lower back was hurting, so I shifted what I was doing or what I did, but it is it's really painful, and I don't really know what to do for it.
Yeah. Have you been to see a chiropractor? Did you go to see a chiropractor?
Yesterday. I go to a chiropractor weekly.
Oh, God.
She thinks it's the muscle, too. She doesn't think it's my back.
Yeah. All right. I'm watching. I've already hooked into you, Laurie, and I'm watching a chiropractic adjustment happen again. And then I've got anti-inflammatory energy on your back, which when I see inflammation, it looks like red fog over body parts. And then anti-inflammatory energy looks like a royal blue color. So I'm getting that calmed down. You may have to go back into the chiropractor sooner than later, because when our backs are out of whack, those muscles sometimes pull it, and it gets adjusted, and then the muscles are used to it being out of whack. You got to do it a couple of times to kind of retrain the muscles. Did she tell you that?
I think so. I go to her weekly. I've been going to her weekly for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So would a massage help it, or that would hurt it more?
I get a yes. I think a massage would help. But, don't let them go nuts. Sometimes massages are more painful than they're worth. If I have a massage, I'm like, I just want to relax. I don't want any pain. So I would do that. I'm getting heat and cold as well to the area. Heat it up and then put a cold pack on it, because that speeds up the blood flow, and that'll help the healing as well. It doesn't look like you've torn anything. I don't see a bulging disc. I agree with your chiropractor. I think it's muscular. And the fact that I watched you get adjusted again energetically tells me that you may have to have a couple of adjustments, over a few-day period, just to help you get back into alignment so that it'll hold.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I hope that helps. I hope you feel better.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. All right. Let's go to Marg next. Hi, this is Julie. Marge? M-A-R-G?
Oh, wow. I can't believe I got it.
Hi. Where are you calling from?
Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, terrific. Welcome. Do you pronounce your name for me? Marg. I was right. I must be psychic or something. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, got a question?
I just want to know if you do a quick scan. I've had trouble with my esophagus area for the past year. It's like I'm getting this gurgling sound, and I'm just wondering what it might be. Like I don't know if it's psychosomatic, or I have been under a lot of stress lately, but I'm just hoping it's nothing serious.
Okay. Have you gone to see a doctor on it, Marg?
I have an appointment coming up in December. Just again, it's just one of these phone calls for now, but I'm hoping to get a scope.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any reflux or heartburn?
No heartburn. I was having upset stomach there for a couple of months in the springtime.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a hiatal hernia on the left side of your esophagus.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm scooping it out. It looks like an ulcer. Looks like a sore. Have you ever seen a pressure sore on somebody, maybe an elderly person? And it's just kind of a sore that's on the surface of the skin. So I've scooped it out. I'm going to put stem cell energy in there to help heal it. And there's a little vortex spinning above it. Stem cell energy looks like a light amber colored gel, has sparkles in it because it's woo-woo, got to have sparkles. And it has a watery consistency, and it reminds me of Dippity-Doo hair gel, which was a thing when I was a kid in the 60s. And so that's filling it, and it's centrifuging, so it's regenerating that tissue. So I hopefully that will help.
January.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
January. I have an appointment with you in January. So.
Oh, great. Great. Well, you know the trick to get in sooner. Do you know about this?
Yeah. Reschedule.
Okay, yeah. On your confirmation email, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, there's a reschedule button. click on that periodically, it will show you when new sooner appointments become available. People reschedule all the time. I talked to somebody today that got in a couple of days ago. So thanks for calling. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Stay with us, everybody. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. We're going to be right back after the break. See who's next. Welcome back, everybody. Let's go to the phones. It looks like our next caller's Miss Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hey, Julie. Gosh, you're awesome. You just amaze me every time I hear you. I mean it, Julie. Come on. It's just like, what a wonderful gift you are to the world. So thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you for all those kind words. I appreciate that. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I am in San Diego, and I'm in my canyon with the trees, and it's just so divine. It's just, I'm like Amy here. I love this place, so that's where I'm at right now.
Terrific. Well, we're jealous. San Diego, anytime, any day is a good thing. But do you have a question for me?
It's amazing. Yes, I want to get clarity, and this is for my life purpose, and maybe I got something going on here. What do my guides say about me becoming a quit sugar certification leadership person?
They say go for it. Go for it. The world needs it.
You know what? Yeah, and the other thing was I was looking into doing an MLM just for the health coach certification training. But, you know, Julie, I'm not an MLMer. I'm fooling myself. But I'm like, I should focus on the quit sugar thing because I have a passion to help people take the next best fight for themselves. And I think it would be just delightful. So I thought I'd ask my guides what they think of that.
Yeah, I think they're saying full speed ahead. Yeah, I think most people are addicted to sugar, and they don't even realize it. And I know I am a sugar queen, and I've been off of it for 2.5 years, and it's been remarkable, the difference. I still want it, but when I see it now, I just go, oh, yeah, I don't eat that anymore. But, you know, I still want it.
Yeah, and the MLM is something I could still do that one, but it doesn't, the guides probably say, nah.
They're saying do the sugar
MLM,
thing. Do the sugar thing.
Yeah, forget the MLM.
All right, well, enjoy your canyon. Thanks for calling. Take care.
Yeah, you're too sweet, Julie.
Bye, Amy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's go to Darcy next. Hi, Darcy.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call.
You are so welcome. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in San Francisco.
This is like a California show tonight. California and New York.
Yeah.
You know, we got sea to shining sea here. We got the New Yorkers. We got the Californians. Yeah. So, well, welcome. Got a question for me?
Thank you. Yeah, I just have, my beloved dog, Bella. She's 6 now. And she just is like constantly licking and chewing on her paws. And trying to figure out, we did some elimination diet, and I thought I got it down to, thought maybe it was all poultry. I'm not sure if that's it or not. Just really kind of stumped with her health.
Has it been going on for a while, Darcy, or is it something new?
I feel like it's been a while. Gosh, I mean, I don't even know when it started. It seems like it's been a year or something.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because what's coming in, even before I get her on my radar, is the whatever's being used on the lawns around you. The fertilizer and the weed killer and stuff like that. And so if you can get some fragrance-free baby wipes, organic, fragrance-free ones, and wipe off her feet when she comes in, which is a little bit extra effort for you. But what happens is they lick that, and then it messes up their stomach. And so it not only causes a topical rash, but it also messes up their stomach in the meantime. So that's what I'm getting.
Food, like there's no chicken or poultry or any food-related stuff.
I just asked, is she allergic to her food? I got she's allergic to fertilizer.
Oh, okay.
So try it. It's pretty common, actually. I see that a lot with dogs. And the interesting thing, too, Darcy, is the thing about that is I have clients whose dogs will go out, they'll get it on their feet, they'll bring it back in, and it can affect their owners, too, because they're being exposed to those toxins in the house from the dogs going out and getting them on their feet, which is bizarre. But
yeah. Okay,
yeah, that's
great.
what happens. What kind of dog is she?
Putting a harness on. She's a Shiba Inu, and she hates getting a harness on. She runs from me, but she wants to walk every day. But I always have a hard time kind of corralling her for her harness.
What kind of dog is she again?
Oh, a Shiba Inu. It's a Japanese breed.
I never heard of it. What's she look like?
She's really cute. She looks like a German Shepherd, but she's really, really tiny. She's like 14 pounds, and she's got, you see the ones that they're from Japan, so the Japanese breeds, like that movie with Richard Gere, where he plays a doctor, and the dog waits for him. Anyway, it's that dog.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Well, take her for a walk. Just get some of those Tellette things. And get the ones that are alcohol-free. That's why I say get baby wipes. Because, if you're wiping a baby's bottom, you're not going to be using alcohol on it. And get the baby ones and try that and see if that makes a difference for her.
I might
hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All righty. Well, thanks so much for calling in.
Okay, thanks.
All righty. Bye, Darcy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let's go to Lisa next. Hi, Lisa.
Well, hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I'm located in Westerville, Ohio.
Okay.
Close to Columbus, Ohio, your birthplace.
Good memory. Yeah, I always say the place of my birth.
Thank you.
A long time ago.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah.
I have an aunt who lives in Naples, Florida, and I believe she is near transition. And I was just wondering if you could reach out and see where she is.
Yes, absolutely. What's her first name, Lisa?
Julie?
Yeah, what's her name? Hello. Did I lose her? Okay. Well, I'm just going to go where the laser beam goes. And I get she's in phase 11 of 12. So she's really close to transitioning. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. 12 Phases of Transition graphics are there. It shows how we're surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones as we're transitioning. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see who's next. Stay with us. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. Welcome back, everybody. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-775-7035, and the access code is 483-620#. Now, this information is available a whole bunch of different places. On my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and it's in the show notes anywhere you download the podcast. Obviously, we do it live every Thursday night, but most people listen to it on a download after the fact, and you can get it anywhere you download podcasts. Be sure and subscribe to it, and also leave a review at ratethispodcast.com/Julie. Again, that's ratethispodcast.com/Julie. And then you'll be registered for a drawing for a free session with me. And I do it every month, and I give away a free session valued at a couple $100. And the reason I do that is because I know that's a lot of money to a lot of people. So if you want to do a whole hour with me, you can do it for free. And also because it's a thank you. to listening and for being a part of this community. So ratethispodcast.com/Julie. Call-in details can also be found on the day of the show on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. Everything's under Ask Julie Ryan. And so we try and make it easy on you because we'll put up a note the day of the show. Here are the call-in numbers. Remember, call in if you have a question. And then while you're on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. And that's a question somebody has submitted online. And then I answer the question. And in the body of the email is, remember, tomorrow's Thursday night. Here are the call-in numbers. While you're on my website, you can also schedule an appointment with me. And you know the trick. Get on my calendar whenever you can, and then on your confirmation email, you'll get there'll be a button on there for reschedule. Just click that periodically, and you will show up any appointments that have become available. People reschedule all the time, multiple times a week, and you'll hopefully be able to get in. So just whenever you think about it, just click on that reschedule button. So keep your confirmation email and try it. And then Angelic Attendant training. We have a few spaces left for July of next year, July of 2022. Just finished October. Amazing group. And January's full, April's full. July's got a few spaces left, I think 3. Actually. So if you're thinking about it, go ahead and sign up, and I'd love to have you. You learn how to do all the woo-woo stuff that I do. Most of the people that take it don't have any skills. The only prerequisite is you got to speak English, because that's the only language that I speak. But everybody's able to do all the stuff that I do once they're done with the class. And with practice, you get really good at it. So think of that. Consider that. Okay, let's go to the question this week. It's from Brian, and Brian lives in Imperial, California. Again, another California question here. We've had a lot of Californians and New Yorkers on tonight. And Brian says, "Hi, Julie. I'm staying in a room in the house of a friend and her fiance. Upon my first day here, it felt like the energy wasn't right in certain areas. I often hear thumps, cracks, and noises and feel like I'm being watched." I thought this was perfect because, Halloween's in a couple of days. So I thought this was a great question to choose for this week. It sounds like a haunted house to me. He went on to say, during the day when I'm here alone, the fridge will start to hum, whir, and buzz when I walk into the kitchen, and I hear strange noises in the walls. That would freak out most people, I would think. The dogs react as well with growls and barking. I've given up trying to cleanse, protect, and fight off energies in this house. Since I was a kid, I've been able to pick up on spirit energies and voices. This ability makes me come across as mentally unstable to friends and family who don't experience the same, I can only imagine. I feel isolated at times because nobody believes what I tell them about the spirit phenomena I feel and hear. What can I do to at least have the spirit stop bothering me? And what can be done about how I pick up on things? Ignorance seems to be bliss, and I'd rather not have this, quote, gift. Thanks, Brian. And here's my response. Hi, Brian. Like I said, since Halloween's just a few days away, I appreciate the timeliness of your question. Most cultures have a day that venerates the dead, so how did we go from honoring our deceased loved ones to being afraid of them? History.com says Halloween's a holiday celebrated each year on October 31st. The tradition originated in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, 2,000 years ago, marking the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred, and the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. Emphasis on the word celebration. I added that. Then, in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor every saint. Soon, All Saints' Day incorporated some of the traditions of Samhain. The evening before was known as All Hallows' Eve and later changed to Halloween. Over time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick-or-treating, carving jack-o'-lanterns, festive gatherings, donning costumes, and eating treats. Again, it was a celebration of the deceased. Congratulations on recognizing your, quote, gift of being able to perceive spirits. It's an ability every person and animal possess. Everybody comes in with the ability. It's a matter of developing and enhancing it. That's what I teach in my classes. Everybody's got the ability. It's just a matter of developing it if you're interested. We all experience what can be called a psychic moment when we think we see a spirit out of the corner of our eye or feel a strange sensation when entering a room. In the most recent few hundred years, people have been taught to be afraid of spirits by religions, cultures, and the publishing and entertainment industries. This is why people are uncomfortable discussing spiritual occurrences because, like you, they don't want to look crazy. Well, listen, you guys know this. I'm a businesswoman and an inventor who learned how to do woo-woo, and it took me a lot of time and courage to come out of the closet with this because I thought people are just going to think I'm nuts. So I understand what he's talking about in that. Keep in mind, all spirits are pure love, and evil spirits don't exist, so there's nothing to fear. If you don't want to be bothered by spirits, just ask them to leave, and they will. But then, you may want to consider embracing the spirits around you and ask if they have a message for you or a message they'd like for you to convey to someone. In the movie The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment, spirits contact a boy, Osment, to deliver messages to their loved ones. After initially resisting the spirit's communications, the boy realizes by sharing the information, he helps people heal. If you guys haven't seen that movie, go rent it or watch it, The Sixth Sense. I think it was out in the late 90s. It's great. So the boy realizes by sharing the information, he helps people heal. I believe you're being given the opportunity to do the same. So, Brian, I think you're being led to help people with information from their loved ones in spirit. And all you have to do, you guys hear me say this all the time, all you have to do if you want to talk to spirit is just say something. You're going to get a response in your head. It's going to come in. It's going to feel like it's a thought in your head. When you know it's spirit communicating with you, it comes in within a second, as fast as you can snap your fingers, or even sooner, because time doesn't exist in the spirit world. So keep that in mind. If you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's your brain talking to you. So you say something, you ask a question either aloud or in your head, boom, fast as you can snap your fingers, you're going to get the answer. And then if you doubt it, ask it again. Ask it a different way. Ask it 14 different ways, and you'll get answers. So thanks, Brian, for submitting such a great question right before Halloween. Okay, let's go back to the phones, and I believe our next caller is Natasha. Hi, Natasha.
Hey, Julie. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. How are you?
I have certainly been better.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to get some clarity around a few things that have really just been painful in my life lately.
Oh, no. Where are you located?
I am in Apopka, Florida.
Okay, great. All right. So what's been painful in your life that you want clarity on?
Yeah, so I came initially wanting to ask the question direct. However, let's just see how this goes. So I really just have a really big decision upon me. It's a life-altering decision. Like I said, just carries a lot of pain, regardless of what I choose. I am trying to decide whether or not I should leave my husband. And I really am wanting to connect to my highest self, my in spirit, really to help make that decision. I really just, I have a pull to really fulfill my soul's purpose and heighten my consciousness to be able to help people heal and help myself heal. I just don't know if I can do that in partnership with him.
Is he giving you a hard time about your thoughts about that? Have you discussed it with him?
Yeah, I have. In the past, he's not been supportive. However, he has since, after I lit a fire under his butt a bit, he has since started his healing journey, and I'm just not sure that a change is going to happen. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, is he holding me back, and will he continue to hold me back moving forward if I choose to stay?
All right. Well, hang with me. I'm going to hold you over for the break. We'll see what your spirit guides have to say about that situation. Stay with us, everybody. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show, and we'll be right back and see what kind of guidance Natasha's getting. See you in a minute. Welcome back. Okay, Natasha, you still with me?
I'm still here.
Okay, girl. So, a couple of things. I had a couple of minutes to think about this over the break. First of all, nobody can control anybody else because nobody can control our thoughts, right? And therefore, we can't control anybody else because we can't control what they think, right? That's the first thing to remember. The second thing to remember is it's really not about him changing or not changing. It's just you doing what you want to do, what you believe is best, and what you're being led to do. And he's either going to go along with it or not. So you don't have to do anything. If he's in alignment with what you're doing and he's interested and he's supporting you, you're going to know that. But expecting somebody else to change is just nuts. Because we can't control anybody else and nobody can control us. So all we can do is just do what we're led to do and then trust that it's all unfolding perfectly. The third thing is, have you heard me talk about the 2-minute rule? Does that ring a bell?
It did, yeah, but if you don't mind reminding me.
Yeah. All right. Our heads are big satellite dishes, and they receive and they transmit frequencies. Every thought has its own frequency. They come in from the ethers. Thoughts do not originate in our heads. They come in from the ethers. And they have an emotion assigned to them when they get in our heads. They either feel neutral or good, which tells us we're in alignment with our spirit, or they feel badly. When they feel bad, that's letting us know our internal GPS is called emotion. That's letting us know we're out of alignment, and it's worth looking in to see if this is a real fear or a fake fear, because any thought that we have that feels badly, Natasha, is based in fear. Is it a real fear? Is it a fake fear? If it's a real fear, then get out of the road before the bus runs you over. It's going to hurt or kill you. If it's not, it's fake. It's fake news. We're making it up. We're using our imagination to envision something that we don't want to happen. And so it's fake. How we discern which is which is when you have a thought, if I stay with my husband and I do what I'm being called to do and he doesn't support me, then, it's not going to be good for me and I don't need to stay with him. Well, if you stay with him and he doesn't support you, is that going to kill you in the next 2 minutes? Yes or no answer?
No.
No. So it's a fake fear. Right? It's an irrational fear. As soon as you ask that question, you get back into alignment with your spirit and you can have another thought that comes in. And that's guidance. It makes us become a conscious creator. Most of us go through life as unconscious creators. We make decisions on stuff that, that we're imagining is going to happen, and it may or may not ever happen. So when you're in alignment with your spirit, you can get guidance from spirit, because spirit doesn't like to talk on the I feel crappy channels because the vibration's too low. So we're getting guidance all day long. Go check out this website, order this for lunch, whatever. I mean, we're doing it all day long. We're just not aware of it. So when you have a thought that feels bad, ask, is this going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? If it is, get out of the road before the truck hits you. If it isn't, it's a fake fear. Ask, how is this benefiting me? It's at least benefiting you in pointing out a limiting belief that's false based in an irrational fear that's false. You don't want to make life decisions based on fears that are false. So use the 2-minute rule. The beauty with the 2-minute rule is it's free and it's convenient. It works anywhere your brain is. Your brain's usually with you wherever you are. So you could use it 100 times a day on 100 different questions, and it's just going to become automatic when you start using it. Then, end of the bottom line is, when you feel good, you attract more good feeling things. When you feel badly, you attract more bad feeling things. And why we attract more bad feeling things is because it's our spirit trying to, knock us on the head going, hey, you keep making decisions on stuff that's not real. So pay attention to it, and then you'll get guidance.
Right.
So that's my suggestion on that. Okay?
Appreciate that, yeah.
2-minute rule, girl. I get that he's going to support you.
Energetic to you?
I get he's going to support you. Yeah. And he's worried about money. That's what he's worried about, is money. Yeah. So, you can make money a lot of different ways.
That you feel that's blocking me from being able to trust myself and my intuition?
2-minute rule. Use a 2-minute rule. Yeah, you're in fear. So get out of the fear. That gets you back into alignment. Get guidance with that. It takes practice. Do it. You can do it, like I said, do it 100 times a day. So you're making it up. Something's blocking me. I'm in fear. Something's blocking me and keep me from doing that. No, it's not. Just take action. When you have a thought, use the 2-minute rule. Is this a real fear or a fake fear? If it's a fake fear, take a next step. Then you'll take another step and you'll have fear again. Use the 2-minute rule. Take that next step. You got to take action. So when we try and control stuff that isn't real, like a fake fear, we stay on a hamster wheel and nothing happens because we're trying to control an illusion and it doesn't work because it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you got this. Take my class. We hammer this in my class. It's the root of everything because you got to stay in alignment in order to be able to communicate with spirit. Now, having said all that, when you're in alignment 100% of the time, you're dead because we come here to create. You're in heaven. You're dead because we come here to create, and we create out of the contrast. When we know what we don't want, it helps us create what we do want. And then when we're done creating, then we die, we go to heaven, and we dream up something else we want to come back and create in a subsequent life. So it's all about creating. Whatever it is, we create. You create when you get out of bed in the morning. You're going to create brushing your teeth. You're going to create a clean body from being in the shower. You're going to create breakfast. Yeah, we create all day long, every day. So I hope that helps.
Thank you,
Good luck with your new career. Okay. Stay with us, everybody. When we come back, we'll get some more callers on and see what their questions are. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's go to the phones, and our next caller is Rose. Hi, Rose.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Terrific. Thanks. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. Terrific. You got a question for me?
Yes. I've read your book also, which I really love, Angelic.
Thank you.
I to see if my dad is in any of the transitional phases.
Okay. What's his name, Rose, and where's he live?
Steve, and he lives in California, Southern California.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do, Rose, is I'm going to connect into you and then from you to him. Do you think he's dying? Do the people that are with him, does he live alone or does he have somebody living with him?
He has someone living with him, but he's under a lot of stress right now, and I know he smokes a lot, and he just looks tired.
Okay. All right. But he's not on hospice or anything like that. It's not like he's... No. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna hook into you and then from you to your dad. All right. Got you. Continuing to head west. All right. Got your daddy. He's not dying. He's not in any of the phases of transition at the moment. What we're talking about, everybody, for those of you that don't know, as somebody's dying, the spirit and the body separate, and the spirit holds on to the top of the head in a bubble configuration. It looks like a cartoon caption bubble where the words or the thoughts of the cartoon character are. And then angels and deceased loved ones' spirits and the spirits of deceased pets start to show up. And there's different configurations that they're in as they're approaching death. The angels start out in a circle surrounding the person, then open up into a horseshoe, then eventually a straight line. And this happens whether somebody dies instantly, like in a case of a homicide or suicide, or whether they die over a prolonged period of time, like days, weeks, months. His spirit's in his body, Rose. He's not dying at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope that gives you some comfort.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling and thanks for reading my book. I would love it if you'd leave an Amazon review for me on it. Anybody that's read Angelic, Attendant, or any one of my children's books, which, by the way, Angel Messages for Cats is coming out in a month. I've approved all the illustrations and everything. They're all done. We're just putting the words to the book now. But any of my books, if you'd leave an Amazon review, you guys, it helps other people find the information. And it's usually, Rose, when somebody's in most need of it. Somebody has a loved one who's dying or they've just lost a loved one. And so I would really appreciate that, because then Amazon will, when they're doing a search, it'll show my book and they'll get the information they need. So good luck to your dad, Rose. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. You bet. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go to Kim next. Hi, Kim.
Hello?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fairly well. I'm calling from Boise, Idaho.
Terrific. How are things up there? You guys had snow already, didn't you? Did I hear that?
Maybe up in the mountains, but not down where we are.
Okay, good. Well, good. Yeah, that white stuff, I'm allergic to it. You know, I live in the Deep South. I grew up with it. And then my first job out of school was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I gained as much character as a young woman can gain living in that snow country. So I swear I'd never live where it snowed again, and I haven't. I moved to L.A., and now I'm in Alabama. So, yeah. But people love it. Just not for me. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it hasn't snowed yet. You'll have a little bit more fall time before you get that white stuff. You got a question for me?
I do. I was wondering if you could do a scan to see why I have absolutely no mental or physical energy.
Uh-oh. Okay. Is this all of a sudden, or has this been going on for a while?
For a while.
Yeah, like how long's a while?
Oh, years.
Okay. How young are you, Kim? How young are you?
I am 65.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, where it hardly ever snows, to you in Boise, where it can snow a lot. So when you're sick of it, come see me in Birmingham, like about February or so. When everything's starting to bloom down here. Yeah. Okay. Got you. You need hormones, girl. You look like a wilting plant. I'm shooting energetic estrogen into you. Perked right up. Yeah, you need hormones. So, did you hear me talking to a caller before, earlier in I think it was maybe the second segment? Call a compounding pharmacy in your area. Ask them who's prescribing bioidentical hormones.
Yeah. And I have been on those before. It might be something that I do need to try again. I really didn't notice anything great about it the last time.
You weren't on enough.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I'm on a hormone pill now, but I just don't feel it. I mean, I don't know.
What kind?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't know. Just a generic hormone pill that my physician gave me.
Yeah, you want to, when you're messing around with hormones, you need to be really educated on what you're taking, because you do not want to be messing with hormones unless you're with somebody that really knows what they're doing. So the bioidenticals keep your brain healthy, your bones healthy, your heart healthy, your skin healthy. And women say to me all the time, I'm just on a low dose. I say, you don't want to be on a low dose. You want to be on the hormone levels of a 30-year-old. Because it keeps all those body parts healthy, and we want to fool Mother Nature and make her think we're 30 when we're 60. So, yeah, call a compounding pharmacy in your area. Kim, I would call a couple of them and find out who's doing the bioidenticals. You don't want the synthetic hormones. You just want the bioidenticals. Remember, the synthetic have extra molecules added to their formulas so they can be patented. Those are the ones you want to stay away from. Okay. And that is going to give you a new lease on life. It's hormone related.
Okay. About 6 months ago, I lost about 75 pounds. And through that whole process, everybody kept saying, oh, my energy level is going to go through this ceiling, and not so much.
Well, you know why? Because when you have excess fat, it creates excess estrogen. So you don't have the fat anymore, so you're down low in your hormones. Because people that are obese, especially women that are obese, oftentimes have trouble conceiving. And when they lose weight, they're able to conceive. It's because their estrogen levels are too high when they're obese. So that makes total sense to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Go check it out, girl.
So that's you'll be just my hormones?
That's what I'm getting. Yeah, call a compounding pharmacy, and they'll help you. Okay, hope it helps. Bye, Kim.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. All right, let's go to Miss Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Hi, girl.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Where are you located?
So thrilled to talk to you.
Say that again.
I'm so thrilled to speak with you.
Well, thank you. I'm thrilled to speak with you, too. Where are you being thrilled? Where are you located?
I'm located 20 miles north of Boston.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, I can tell by your accent now that you've said a couple of words. Well, terrific. Well, welcome. Got a question for me?
Yes. I'm having some issues with my esophagus and stomach. And I can't figure out if it's an ulcer or I don't think it's reflux. And I can't pin it down to specific foods. And it happens, sometimes when I'm eating and then sometimes 3 hours later and sometimes in the middle of the night. I'm just not quite sure what's going on. So I need a woo-woo scan, please.
You need a woo. You need some woo, girl. All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Boston. All right, got you. Shooting energy. You have yeast overgrowth. That's number one. So shoot me an email, Cal, Julie@AskJulieRyan.com. Anybody that wants this, email Julie@AskJulieRyan.com. Ask for the gut biome test. I'm going to send it to you. It's a fancy name, Kelly, for a poop test. You can do it at home. You don't need a doctor's orders. And it's going to tell you what the ecosystem is in your gut. And more importantly than that, it's going to tell you, based on the trillions of critters in your gut, here are the superfoods for you to eat to incorporate into your diet to help you have a healthy immune system and a healthy gut. Our immune system's based in our guts. So you want to incorporate foods. It will tell you what foods to avoid, some of which may be healthy, but they're just not healthy for you right now. And then here's everything else. So let's do the Kelly diet instead of the keto diet or the grapefruit diet or the whatever diet. So Julie@AskJulieRyan.com. Send me an email. We'll send you a link. It'll give you a little bit of a discount. That's going to help a lot. In the meantime, I remove the yeast from your GI tract. All right, time for another break. Stay with us. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan show, and we'll be back and get some more callers on. Hang in there with us. We'll be right back. And we're back. And our next caller is Miss Deb. Hi, Deb. Hi, Deb. Are you there? Hello, hello. You want to unmute yourself? Okay. Well, let's go to Katie then. Hi, Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Are you there?
I am. How are you?
Hi, I am calling from just outside of Austin, Texas.
Terrific. You got a quick question for me?
I do have a very quick question. For probably the last 6 months, I have been seeing the number 1111 constantly. And in the last month, it is several times a day. And I know it's spirit communicating, but I'm wondering if you can connect in and tell me if you can identify who's trying to communicate with me.
Yeah, it may not be a who. It may just be spirit, like big spirit, the whole collective consciousness saying you're in alignment. That's normally what that means, is that you're in alignment when you see those. But, of course, I go to Bible numbers, and I forget what 4 means, Katie. There are numbers in the Bible from 1 to 12, I believe it is, and each one has a different significance, because back when the Bible was written, people were illiterate. They couldn't read or write, and so the oral traditions utilized numbers to keep some consistency in the stories. The 2 that I remember the most are 3 and 7. 7 is spiritual perfection, and 3, of course, is the Trinity. So that's God, source with that. But I forget what 4 means. They all mean good things. And what you do is you take the 4 ones and you get to the root number. Now that's getting into advanced math when you're talking about the square root stuff. That's way above my pay grade. With that.
That's math.
But
too late math.
Yeah, but that would be interesting for you to look that up and see what 4 means in a Bible number. I don't get that it's anybody in particular communicating with you. I get that it's just spirit in general saying you're in alignment.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And that's with any numbers like 1111, what you're seeing, or 333 or whatever. But then what I like to do is add them all together and then see what the root, what is that, the root number or the base number or whatever that's called. And then what's the number that you get that's 1 to, it's probably 1 to 12, I think, are the Bible numbers. The 12 apostles, there's a significance to that kind of thing. 12, there's 12 of a lot of things. So you're just in alignment. So you can talk to any spirit you want when you're in alignment, because, spirit doesn't like to communicate on the I feel crappy channels, what I like to say.
Yeah.
So, great question. Thanks for calling.
I appreciate that.
All righty. Bye. Thanks, Katie. Bye. All righty. Let's see who else we got here. Got a couple minutes left. Let's go to Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Julie. How are you?
Hi, girl. Just got a couple minutes left. Where are you calling from, first of all?
Mobile.
Oh, she's an Alabama girl like me. Hi, girl. All right. You got a quick question for me?
I do. I had the COVID vaccine, and I didn't want it. I'm a healthy person. I teach gymnastics, and I've had all kinds of side effects from it. But the main thing I've had is head pressure every day for like 70-something days. And I was going to see if you could do a scan.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been to see your doctor?
I have. He had me on some steroids last week, but it lifted the pressure a little bit, but it's just been really hard to function like this.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. What I've read about this, and I absolutely will scan you and I'll clear it out of you. What I have read on this, Tanya, is to follow the protocol if you get it, the HCQ, the ivermectin, monoclonal antibodies, that kind of stuff, and that's relieving a lot of those side effects. I've read that from several different sources, doctors. So you may want to try that. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm clearing that out of your system, and hopefully that will help. I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy in your head. Yeah, it's like your head has pressure in it. It's like if you have a balloon that's blown up and then you release some of the air out to make the balloon smaller. That's what I just watched happen in your head. So, yeah, got that going on.
Yeah, it's been frustrating.
I'm so sorry. You got it because you needed to for your job?
Some of my students were bringing it in the gym, and I just felt like it was the right thing for me to do. But I regret it. I didn't really want to do it. My spirit was telling me no.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get better. I just wanted to see what you thought.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can, schedule an appointment with me. Get on my calendar. We'll do a deep dive, and then we'll take it from there. We'll reverse engineer your symptoms, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Julie.
You are so welcome. Thanks for calling. All right, everybody, that's it for this week. My gosh, we got a bunch of people on. I don't know. I'll have to count them and see. But what fun every week. It's such a joy to see who's going to call in and what your questions are, and then what Spirit answering. And I'm so jazzed at the end of my show every week because my energy's cranked up so high, bebopping around the country and around the world a lot of the time. I think a couple weeks ago we had people call in from 5 countries, and some people were up in the middle of the night calling in. So that's always fun to see when they're calling from. Have a wonderful Halloween. Happy Halloween to all of you that are celebrating it this weekend. And submit your questions online. Sign up for my training if you're interested. Get on my calendar so I get to spend a whole hour with you, which is a blast. And sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan, and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.